Happy Inflation Day. What's going on, Moon Gang? I wanted to make this really quick video to let you know what's going on with the most recent inflationary report that just dropped. I'm talking about the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. I want to dive into what it means for really the overall economy, what it means for monetary policy, and really what it means for you and why you're most likely justified in your anger towards our government and also the Federal Reserve. So with all that being said, let's hop right into it. At 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday, April 12th, we got a very bad inflation report. It was very, very hot. It was no bueno. And we're going to be getting into why it's not just in your head that you feel like you're becoming poorer, because according to this, we all are. So the Consumer Price Index is a very important report that's basically how expensive have things gotten for consumers? People like you, people like me, how expensive is it to buy common goods? So this report that comes out every month is used by the Federal Reserve when they're making decisions on monetary policy. So are rates going up? Are they going down? What are they doing with quantitative easing? Quantitative tightening has massive, massive impacts on the economy and thus also the stock market. Well, coming into today, we're at a 4-decade high again. Consumer prices rose 8.5% in March, slightly hotter than expected and the high since 1981. This is the year-over-year measurement. The expectation was 8.4. As you can see, it came in at 8.5. The month-over-month measurement was 1.2% when the expectation was 1.1. That 1.2% jump month over month, that's the highest we've seen since 2005. And this year-over-year measurement of 8.5, the last time we saw that was December 1981. Folks, we're talking about an inflation that's so incredibly high, we haven't seen it for 41 years. On top of it, we need to get a little bit more into, like, that's the headline, that's the TLDR, but some of the things that we see going on underneath are even worse. Surging food, energy, and shelter costs helped account for the gain. So I went into that a little bit more. Energy, month over month, up 11%. Year over year, up 32%. Food is up 1% month over month. And I know that doesn't seem that high, but in the world of food, that's actually very, very impactful. And year over year, food is up 8.8%. And with everything rising, this is the thing that is probably going to make you a little bit more angry. But before we get into that, I want to do my best, and I'm going to use the help of like just one of my twin brothers. We're going to talk about Cameron Winklevoss. Obviously, I'm the triple. I'm like, it was triplets. A lot of people look at my two taller, better looking, more successful brothers, and they think they're twins, but really I'm actually the third one. So shout out to my bro here. Inflation broken down by month and reason. So in 2021, September, October, we're around 6%. And that's when they started using the term transitory, particularly Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, transitory, as in not permanent. And he was like, as it continued to go up from 6.2 to 6.8 to 7 to 7.5 to 7.9 to 8.5, he was like confused. He's like, I don't know why everyone's focusing on this word. Like, we should retire this word. He was literally gaslighting the entire public. That's our federal chairman. Our Fed chairman was saying, I don't know why you're mad. Because, dude, you told us. You told us that you have inflation under control. It's transitory. And either you suck at your job or you are lying. Speaking of people who suck at their job or they were lying, another thing that was happening during this, and this one was a little bit more recently, starting in January and February, is Paskey, the spokesperson for the White House, was literally telling us, she's like, hey, I know inflation's bad, but it's actually improving. And then she just flat out said, yeah, I know yearly is bad, but month over month, it's actually improving. It's not improving. What month are you looking at? All it's done from October to March is increase. Let's go through, which I like here, of the reasons for it. So at first it was transitory, then we were gaslit. Greedy corporations was, I guess, like the turkey time reasoning. And then December, supply chain bottlenecks. And that's one that the Fed itself really likes to rely on. Be like, we can't do anything about supply chain. All we can impact is demand. And you could get into that if you want. And that's why it continued again in January. Then February, we were told that oil prices, and now their most recent one is Putin price hike. This is another thing that Paskey once again was pushing, saying Putin price hike. And then even President Biden himself was saying, have no doubt about it. This is all because of Putin. Dude, Is he making it better? No, he's making the situation worse, but our own policies and our own decisions within the US from the Fed and the government have been doing a pretty good job at getting us where we currently are. And good question, what will they blame next? Now, the thing that I really want to wrap this up with is, it's one thing whenever you see things related to the government is your anger justified? It doesn't make sense. Is it grounded in fact, or is it just sometimes life goes awry and like maybe it's not the most accurate thing? When I see all of this, that I feel like, yes, the Federal Reserve and the government, surprise, surprise, has been lying to us. And I'm sure many of you feel that way. But another thing I want to dive into is that you're probably feeling like even this is underrepresenting the financial strain that you're currently feeling. Now, if you're in that boat, I want to let you know that you're not going loco. There's actually numbers that suggest that. So in the CPI report that came out, we got a little bit more information. What I want to share with you is the fact that there are wage reports relative to inflation. And I've been going over these numbers increasing. But the thing that I am particularly most disheartened by is by these two metrics right here. So relative to inflation, hourly wages have actually dropped 2.7%. And then relative to inflation, weekly wages have actually dropped 3.6%. So basically, as the Fed and the government is continually giving like literally the lowest effort to lie to us, like something that the average person is just seeing straight through, it does have real world implications. It's not you just feeling that extra like crunch in your wallet there. It's the fact that like on a relative basis, we have the numbers, we have the quantifiable evidence that yes, it is becoming a worse situation for you. So that sucks. And obviously this is a pendulum. Things are good, things are bad. And right now things are high. And then there were some recent talks about how like, okay, we haven't peaked, but we think we're getting close to it. And obviously fingers crossed for better days ahead. But I just wanted to share all these numbers with you and let you know that, hey, maybe your anger is a little bit justified in this particular scenario, but obviously I would love to get your thoughts in a comment below. Maybe it's just me who's getting a little bit too angry about the whole situation. Hey, if you want to help me out with the algorithm, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to join up with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next video.